Well, the heat over in the Northeast this week will impact the Celtics victory parade with temperatures expected in the 90s. But the city of Boston is planning to go ahead with it on Friday, and the duck boats are ready. Celebrations broke out in the streets after the team's championship win last night. Take a look. The Celtics clinched the NBA title over the Dallas Mavericks last night. Boston beat the Mavs in 5 games to win their 18th title in franchise history, which is the most championships by any NBA team. For more on the Boston's run to the title, let's bring in CBS Sports NBA analyst Nicole Moss. Thanks for being with us. So Boston went in 16-3 in the postseason. How impressive was the run, and how were they able to clinch the title?
It was extremely impressive. And look, people will try to discredit it and say they faced an injured Miami Heat team. They faced an injured Cleveland Cavaliers team. And even the Pacers, although the Pacers pushed them to the brink in a bunch of games, they swept that team, right? But you can only play who's in front of you, and you can't discredit a team as dominant as the Boston Celtics for having a quote unquote easy path. Now, I'm one of the people who believe that even if you went ahead and made all those teams healthy, and health is never guaranteed in the NBA, I still believe the Boston Celtics were the better team throughout the regular season as well, and the stats back that up. So for people who want to discredit this championship and say it was easy, you can't go ahead and fake stats. You can't go ahead and fake dominance. And this team was dominant offensively, defensively, in every single aspect of the game. They handled business from the start of the season to the very end, and that's why they're hoisting the trophy tonight.
That is so inspirational. I want to put that in my office. You can't fake dominance. So Jaylen Brown won Eastern Conference Finals MVP, now Finals MVP. He thanked his teammate Jason Tatum. Why do you think it ultimately went to Brown, and what can you tell us about this partnership?
I think it went to Brown because he was the most consistent player throughout the entirety of this particular series. Also, he was the most vocal player on the floor. And I think sometimes when you talk about leadership, people get caught up in stats and who has better shooting that night and who has better defense. But it also comes to who is the presence in the locker room that really takes this team to the next point. And that's Jaylen Brown. And I think the tandem of Tatum and Brown is special because they grew up together. They have been together since they got into this league. They have watched each other grow into the men, to the players that they are. And ultimately, they want the best for each other. And that is to go ahead and win a championship, which is what they did. For them, it's not about who has the rights to say that they're the MVP. It's about who has the right to say that they're a world champion. And now they both do.
The Celtics made 2 key trades in acquiring Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis last offseason. How important of a role did they play?
A huge role, specifically Jrue Holiday. As we know, Kristaps Porzingis was injured through most of the playoffs, and he was injured in this series. But Jrue Holiday's defense is absolutely impeccable. He's one of the best defensive players in the league, and I know the Milwaukee Bucks are kicking themselves for letting him go. He made a huge difference when it came to going ahead and shutting down Kyrie Irving, who is one of my favorite players, who is one of the most prolific scorers, one of the most skilled basketball players we have ever seen. Jrue Holiday's defense completely took him out of the game. And Kristaps Porzingis is amazing down in the paint, and also incredible with rim protection. And when you're going ahead and facing a young team, a team that has bigs down low like the Mavericks do, you need that experience, you need that dominance. And that is the word of the Boston Celtics: dominance, dominance. They have all of it. And that's why they're the world champions after last night.
Nicole Moss, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.